A breakup is the end of the world. Like, what are you gonna do?
And your like boyfriend is like, you're everything. And
I'm never gonna leave you.
Hi everyone, my name is Kelsey.
Are we doing this intro? And my name is Becky.
I was gonna just like switch it up a little bit.
And we're back to a little about a lot. If you don't know, this is a podcast that we have together where we just talk about things going on in our lives. We just kind of ramble.
Oops, sorry, not sorry. Well, sometimes we ramble about specific topics, though, so it's a little bit concise.
Yes, this week's topic is going to be about adult relationships.
Ooh, But we can get into that in a second. I feel like we just need to warm it up a little bit, you know? We're almost at the end of the week.
Yes, very exciting.
What do you have going on this weekend?
A bunch of things. Two of my friends just bought a house.
Whoa. Wait. Together?
Well, yeah.
Oh,
together.
okay. I was like, this is a very busy time.
No, my friend, who is engaged to also my friend, bought a house. So they're having a housewarming party on Saturday.
Oh, wow. Already? Wait, when did they move in?
Like 3 weeks ago, maybe. But it's like, it was like in great
Good
shape.
to go?
Yeah,
oh,
good
okay.
to go.
Can't relate.
Turnkey, I guess, basically.
Oh, turnkey.
Yeah. So we're going to go there, which is really exciting. And then on Sunday, my sister is actually getting married next summer.
Yeah.
So she's having a little thing with all of her bridesmaids, and we're going to a drag brunch, and then we're going to go look at dresses after. So that's exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is exciting.
I know.
Sweet. Vlog it.
I
if
will.
She's okay with it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We want the wedding content.
How about you? What are you doing this weekend?
Well, this is about birthday weekend. So my parents are out of town. They're traveling. My grandparents and my parents are visiting the East Coast right now. So I'm going to their house for like what was like could have been a big party, but it's just like a couple friends are coming over.
Wait, but they won't be there?
No.
Oh, that's so like throwing it back. Parents are gone. Have a party at their house.
Literally. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to invade their space when like I was literally like I can go to the East Coast with my family or I can have some people over for my birthday. And this one's a lot cheaper.
For sure.
So yeah, that's what we're going to do. It'll be chill because there's like a hot tub and bonfire and it's on the beach. So I'm excited.
Oh, your grandparents' place.
Well, yeah, I've talked about this before. My parents bought a house. My grandparents are tenants in said house.
I'm like, your parents' house is not on the beach? What?
Yeah, no. Yeah, their other house, their retirement house.
Got it.
Coming soon. Yeah, so I'm excited because I guess it's like the start of birthday festivities. And then it all comes to a close next week when I'm going to see a Cirque du Soleil show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we got offered tickets, like 2 tickets, and then I was like, I was just like, can I take all the tickets? And Becky was like, yes.
Yeah, it's your birthday. You should have them.
So
you should go.
That's very nice. So I took her tickets, and then I also asked for another ticket, so now me and my whole family and my boyfriend can go, which is nice.
It's so sweet.
Because I feel like
fun.
I know, and I never get to bring my family to any kind of events. I mean, usually that just doesn't relate to them too. Like they don't want to go to said like influencer event, and it just wouldn't make sense. But this time I was like, oh, this is nice, because when I told my mom that I might be going, like I was like, I got tickets to Cirque du Soleil. Like I don't know if I'm gonna see you on my birthday. She was like, oh. And I was like, well, I guess I could.
Come?
Yeah, I was like, I guess I could try to get some extra tickets. But yeah, that's really exciting. Thank you, Cirque du Soleil. I think it's Alegria.
That sounds right.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think I had to dance to that when I was a kid. And I really want to find it now, like a ballet dance.
Oh, that's fun. You'll have to tell us how the show is after you've gone and come back.
Oh, Hundo P. Full review.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's my plan.
That's so fun.
Well, speaking of boyfriends going to Cirque du Soleil shows and weddings, yeah, that brings us to our topic of the day, which is relationships.
Yes. Specifically, adult relationships.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the first question off the top is there a big difference between like quote unquote adult? Also, I hate the word adult because like what even is an adult? Is there a big difference between adult relationships and teenage relationships, I guess?
Yes, I say 100%.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's people that like outlie on both of those sides, but like on the whole, I'd say yes.
Teenagers less serious.
I'd say so.
But coincidentally, definitely when I was a teenager, I think I was like more decisive and like, I don't know what the right word is, but I was more decisive than I am now as an adult. Like I feel like when I was a teenager, I don't really remember how I felt about marriage, but I feel like I was like, I could marry my high school sweetheart. You know what I mean?
You knew what you wanted
and now
more.
as an adult, I'm like, I don't even know.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, you change so much, which is why it's always like, I don't know, riskier to make huge decisions when you're young, right?
Yeah.
Because your brain literally is changing so much as you go through those like formative years, right? So it's hard to say. That's why, yeah, I know what you're saying also too, like when you're in high school, like little things feel like big things, right?
Yeah.
Like a breakup is the end of the world. Like, what are you gonna do?
And your like boyfriend is like, you're everything. And
I'm
like,
never gonna leave you. I think when you get older, you maybe just get more a realistic view on those things. And
Yeah.
you understand them a little more.
Yeah, and then it's like as soon as you've had a breakup once, you're like, yeah, well,
Life goes on.
that life goes on, and that might not be the last time. So I think you almost lose some of your innocence in that sense as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So, all right. I guess I think you guys mostly know this, but let's say a brief description of our current relationship statuses.
Oh, I'll catch you guys up. Well, I had my boyfriend on a couple weeks ago, so
That's right.
I have a boyfriend.
And I'm married. I've been married for 2 years now. That's crazy. Time goes by so fast.
Seriously, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God,
know.
that is crazy.
Do you think, looking back on all your past relationships, that you have a type?
I guess it depends on like what we mean by type.
I think it could be like in the looks department or the personality department.
Yeah, I think I like people that are like hardworking.
Yeah.
And looks wise, I don't know. I think that as I've grown up, maybe I've opened up my mind too, as far as like looks.
Absolutely.
I feel like probably back in the day I was like, I like a jock, and now I'm like, well, no, I actually probably like the opposite of that.
Yeah. What's your like number one thing that someone has to have in a relationship?
Oh, good question. I don't know. I feel like there's so many things, but how do you pick one thing? Like,
I don't know. First thing that comes to mind.
I think that they have to be like respectful,
Yeah.
but also like funny, and also hardworking, and also like attractive, and care about how they treat their body and their health.
Yep. All of those things are
Yeah.
really good.
What about you?
If I had to pick one thing, and like one thing that's been like consistent in the people that I've like seen over my life, for sure it would be humor for me.
Ah.
You have to make me laugh, and you have to have like the funny sense of humor that I do. Like, if you don't make me laugh, or I find your jokes bad, like, we're not gonna get together at all. I don't know, that matters so much to me, if I can have like a real like good laugh with you.
Yeah, I mean, laughter makes all the good days better, and the bad days good.
And for me, it can make someone that I wouldn't like necessarily like right away think of as attractive.
Yeah.
If they have like a smart, witty humor, then it like, I don't know, makes me look at them differently.
I definitely hear that. I mean, I feel like that way for like smarts and wisdom.
Yes, exactly. Because you can meet someone that looks attractive, and you start talking to them, and you're like, well, there's not much going on there that's compatible.
No. And also, I mean, this might be like football to say, but you can change your looks. It's harder to change your like humor and like
that's
wisdom.
True. That is very true.
Yeah. But looks definitely ain't everything. But I think, like I said, just like overall health, that is important. Like, you don't want to be like, oh, you want to go a hike? And they're like, oh, no.
Yeah. True. So we talked about like your relationship changing, and maybe the types of people changing that you've dated over the past. But do you think that you as a person have changed throughout your relationships?
Oh my God, I hope so. Yeah, I have. I mean, I feel like I am more maybe happy with myself. I mean, I don't know. You just grow up, you get confidence, you gain a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
But I definitely think I thought I used to be like such a good girlfriend. I was like, oh, I like plan little surprises. Like, I don't know if I would say, I don't know if I was like less busy with the Sorry Girls. Maybe it was like when I was in college, but then when I got like busy with the Sorry Girls, those like little things stopped. I don't know, but I feel like I used to be a really good girlfriend, and now I'm like, am I a good girlfriend? Well, I don't even know.
What determines a good girlfriend in your mind?
Like just being like super caring and like in a way selfless, and I feel like some ways I'm selfish.
Okay.
Like I'm like, I got this thing to do, so can you come over to my place tonight? Because
that's true. But do you think now you understand maybe like compromise a bit better?
Yeah, see, that's a really hard thing for me. Oh my God, that's such a hard thing for me.
Yeah?
Compromising?
Like
compromising? What is that? I just feel like sometimes yeah, I understand why compromising is good, and I really do think I'm a reasonable person. I think, but then also sometimes you're just like, life is too short, man. Right?
Yes. Can you give me a scenario?
Scenario. Like, how do you compromise on?
Like, let's say going back to your example about the hike. Like this, let's say it's not a like a personality like flaw, it's like a long-term thing. Like let's say it's a one-off. You really want to go on a hike and your dude is real tired and he's like, "Nah, I don't want to today." What happens?
Oh, I'd be like, I go by myself.
So that's kind of compromise in a way.
Yeah.
You let him chill and you get what you want.
I got in trouble a couple weeks ago for not wanting to go get ice cream.
Okay.
So usually I'm all down for the ice cream, but I was like, man, I just had ice cream before I came over here. So I was like, I cannot go get more ice cream. And then I was like kind of immediately met with like, oh, well, like basically I should have been a little bit more respectful of like, well, if he wants to go get ice cream, then I should be like, yeah, sure, let's go for a walk and go get ice cream. Which like, yes, I could have. But also I was just like, dude, if you want ice cream, like you just go get ice cream. It's not a big deal.
But maybe by saying let's go get ice cream, it's like let's go for a walk together, and the end goal is ice cream, but that's not really what matters here.
I know. So that's definitely also, by the way, I think this was 10 o'clock at night on a Sunday.
Okay. So late-ish.
Like not like
we're grannies.
Yeah, this was like I was like I'm ready for bed. Like I'm pretty sure I'm in my sweatpants. Yeah, so I think I chopped that one up to like wording things differently, because I was like, oh, if you were like, also if you know how important things are to somebody, but at the same time I was like, you shouldn't have to express how important something is to you in order for the other person to like want to do it, or
yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes, I agree with this one a lot.
Yeah, so it's like he didn't have to be like, I really want to go get ice cream, like this is important for me to go get ice cream.
Yes.
But also at the same time, this is an important point, is like, have you ever been with like friends or anybody where you think they want to do it and they think you want to do it,
and you're only doing it because you both think you each want to do it and you
yes.
don't want to do it?
Like I also try to avoid those situations,
right? And
then you have to be careful when you're saying that, because you don't want to be like, yeah, but if you want to, and they're like, yeah, but if you want to. Yeah, that's definitely like an awkward situation. But yeah, if somebody was like, do you want to go get ice cream? And I'm like, no. But if they're like, I want to go get ice cream, I think it'd be nice to go for a walk.
Yes.
I guess that's like the difference. But where was I going with that?
I think we were talking about
compromising. Yeah. So that's the whole like, life is too short. I was just like, I don't want to do that, and like you can go do that.
Yep.
And I wasn't trying to be rude. I was just trying to be like, man, you got legs. We spent the whole day together. I'm sorry, David. I should have gone and got ice cream with you.
I mean, yeah. I guess you could have gone and not had the ice cream, but just did the walk together.
I know.
That's.
But like, also didn't want to do that.
I mean, I guess so. There's always this thing about like boundaries, right? And if you don't want to do something, at what point is it just like it's better for me to not do it, right?
Yeah, it's like being nice / compromising / being independent / doing what you want to do. Or it's like all one giant blurry mess.
True. But do you think that sometimes he does things for you that maybe he doesn't want to do?
Yeah, that was also his argument. He was like, I do yeah, exactly.
And you think past you was not like that as much?
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know what happened to me. I just grew old and bitter and like just stubborn. I feel like this is what happens as like we get older.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. but it's something to be aware of and definitely keep a balance of.
Yes, balance is so key in relationships and compromise as well, right?
Yeah. Are you a good girlfriend?
I like to think I'm good wifey material. Yeah, I mean, compromise is definitely something that, like, I think we work on too. It's funny when you say the whole, like, oh, maybe we're just both not wanting to do it and we're just doing it because, where I think we don't have that problem where it's very obvious whose idea what the thing was when we're doing it.
Yeah.
Because we have different interests, but we do stuff together anyways, obviously.
Yeah.
So I think that's, something where compromise comes into play a lot, where it's like, well, I did this thing for you, and it was very obviously a you thing, but I came because I want to support you.
Yeah. Now, I know you've gone to some concerts where you're like,
Yes, I've definitely gone to some concerts where, like, I would not have bought that ticket for myself to go on my own, but I do it because I know that he does things like for me a lot that I know he doesn't want to do. Like, a lot of the times he's not a fan of going like right downtown into the city, but we do that a lot for like sometimes like YouTube events or even just personal things. And I know he has a good time in the end, but it's not like his first thought to want to go.
Yeah.
So like I think it's almost like, not that relationships are a game in any way, but the more like ticks you can have on your side for things that you did for them, like the more it helps your case to be like, do things for me. You know what I mean? You should want to anyways, but like to keep that balance healthy is a good thing, right?
Yeah. So shoot, my tick balance was out of whack and all I had to do was go get some ice cream.
And I would have fixed it all.
That was not hard. I should have done that. Oh, fail.
Lessons. Not you should be keeping score in a relationship, though. It's not what I'm saying.
No, I know what you mean. Just like be mindful of like, oh, when's the last time they did something nice for me and when's the last time I did something nice for them.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And then it also goes back into, I think we were talking about love languages on like a different episode.
Yeah.
Which you guys should listen to if you haven't. But like what those nice things were maybe that you didn't notice.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That meant a lot to them.
Yeah.
Like going for ice cream. It's like so minor, right? But maybe to them it's a big thing.
Yeah.
And then, you can be reciprocated in another way.
Yeah.
Make sense?
That does make sense.
Okay. Awesome. Great. Amazing. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be right back to talk about more adult relationship things.
Sorry, I touched the mic. That's what that sound was. Be right back.
I don't think you're a bad girlfriend.
Thanks, Becky.
Okay, we're back.
We're back. Well, you know what I did this week that was a good girlfriend move? Well, I mean, this could be debatable, but we got back from LA. Our flight lands at like 5 a.m. or something.
Yes.
And David is up because he had just gotten back from Saudi Arabia, so I haven't seen him for 2 weeks. And yeah, he's up in the middle of the night as well. And like, I kind of just want to go straight to my house and sleep.
Feel that.
But then I was just like, oh, I don't know when I'm going to see him. And I haven't seen him in so long. And like, part of me was like, are you, because he was up, right? So the first thing I thought of was, this man is not at the airport picking me up right now. Even though he literally got in like that same day as well. Like, we landed Saturday morning. He got in Friday.
Okay.
So like, he definitely did not need to pick me up or anything. It's so easy for me to get home. But anyways, I was like, oh, he's up. Maybe he's at the airport.
You always have that thought. Like the what if, how cute.
I know. And then I was like, okay, maybe he's not at the airport. Maybe he's at home. But then he made like some kind of joke and then he sent a picture of like something in his house. And I was like, damn it. I said after that, I was like, I thought you were at home, at my house maybe, or like picking me up. He's like, oh, sorry, no. But anyways, instead of going home, I was like, I will come to you. So I went straight to his house, even though the Uber was expensive. And I just wanted to go home. But yeah, I also wanted to see him.
That's good girlfriend points.
I mean, I guess that's like points. Like, I wanted that anyways too. But
ticks.
What are some things you can do to be like automatic good girlfriends? Good girlfriend points or wifey points? Other than respect. I think that's numero uno.
Yeah, obviously that. And then obviously like, compromising on things that we talked about earlier. But like bonus things is like, I don't know, like I know what his favorite like food or drinks are, like just buying him that stuff as like a special treat that he's not expecting is always like something that's really easy to do and pretty affordable to do, and he's always so happy about that. That's something.
Okay, wait, I tried to do something nice today, being kind of like, oh, I'm thinking about you. Also, we're like trying to make plans to hang out today, although even after we made these plans, I was like, oh yeah, I think I have to work tonight now, like to work on that funding application. So now he's like, okay, so we're not hanging. But anyways, like read this.
The pre-laugh is already getting me excited.
Just like read at the very top what I said and then read his response. He must have gotten distracted because it is literally offensive.
So Kelsey says, I get excited to see my babes, and then he writes, LOL.
What? So offensive. Should call this guy.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what do you say to that?
Okay, and then I wrote, that's all, sad face, and then he just didn't say anything.
Was he busy? There must be
right.
Must be
sometimes that happens to me. Like I'm mid writing a sentence and I just like peace out.
Yeah, I read it and then I mentally respond and then I just don't.
Yeah,
do anything
but
about
like
it.
LOL is not even that's not even like a half response.
No.
That's like it shouldn't even been LOL. Like it should just been excited to see you too.
At least he didn't hit you with the K. That's the coldest.
I literally would have been like, you're cut. Do you ever say you're cut to Austin?
No.
Oh my god, I say it a lot. Like kind of jokingly. But like after the LOL response, I should have been like cut.
Oh, we probably have something that I say in place of that. Cuz
like I'm divorcing you?
Yeah, but not that dramatic. Probably there's something. I just can't think of it right now. That's funny. Okay, do you have any, speaking of like good points, tips and tricks for being good at relationships?
I think I've talked about this on the podcast, but Dave and I try to do like date plan night, like surprise date plan night, which is super fun. That like it makes sure that you have like an actual date night, because something that you just should be aware of when you're in a relationship is that you don't just become like living partners.
Yes, this is so true. I always get like mildly sad when Austin and I like don't hang out together on the weekend.
Yeah,
doing something, and he's like, but I saw you all week. And even though we live together, like living together all week doesn't count in my books. Like, yeah, we have this house together. You kind of have to be there if you want to sleep somewhere. Like, it doesn't count as trying to hang out together.
So I think David calls it quality time.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, even watching TV, like, kind of isn't always quality time. It's like bonding and, like, furthering your relationship, not just, like, tuning out and watching TV, or, like, tuning out and making dinner, or tuning out and going to bed. Yeah. It's like, yeah, we're planning something. We're going on a date, or, like, we're talking about this thing. Yeah, quality time, I think it's, like, kind of blurry about what it is.
And what matters to different people.
Exactly,
right?
what it matters to different people. But, yeah, so we try to get the quality time in. I mean, in addition to the regular quality time, we also try to do like surprise date nights, and we alternate the months on those. So, and they can be anything. Like David just had a bunch of like pencils, and he picked up a little sketchbook for each of us. And then he was like, okay, come with me. And we like went on a walk to the park, and then he was like, we're going to like do some sketches. And we just like sat there and sketched a building, which is like so random and so cheap. But it was like very sweet, and I've never done that before. I've never gone on a sketch date.
That's so
a sketchy
blows
date.
My mind, because Austin would never. But I love that so much.
Well, that's my boyfriend's quite like
I love
artsy and shit like
really
that.
Cool.
Yeah, but like other ones, he's taking me to the drive-in. He's taking me to his favorite movie. Like I had never seen. Oh God, I forget the name of it. Oh shoot, the one with like Jack with the axe.
Oh, The Shining.
Oh, The Shining. Yes. I had never seen that. Ooh. And it was playing in theaters. Like, you know, they bring them back sometimes. So we went to that. Yeah, there's a bunch of different things. And then it also challenges you to like think of like cool things to do. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely.
Because you get busy, and then all of a sudden you're like, I haven't done anything cool.
Yeah.
Other than just like, you know, randomly hang out with my friends, or like randomly go to a movie. But
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do like that as often, because I think we're just real busy. But when we do, they're like really nice things. Like a while ago, I bought us tickets to Queen, and we went downtown, and I didn't even tell him we were doing it, because he doesn't love going to the city. So if I told him, he might be like, I don't want to go. But if I'm like, but if surprised him.
Wait, how did you get him to the city without telling him?
Well, I just said, like, so what it was is I just didn't tell him we were going to the city until, like, the day before. I said, like, keep this date open. We're doing a date thing together as a surprise.
Okay.
Because if I told him we're going into Toronto, like, he would stress about it.
Yeah.
And, like, that's just silly because I know he's going to have a good time. So, like, why make him
He's
stress?
anxious about the city.
Yeah. So I didn't tell him exactly what it was until, like, the day before. And I said, we're going into the city, but don't worry because it's going to be something you'll like.
Yeah.
And then we went down, we had a nice dinner, and then I told him, and he was like, oh, yay. But he kind of figured it out because everyone was walking around wearing Queen t-shirts.
Yeah.
And I was hoping he wouldn't notice because, like, Queen is kind of always cool, and, like, people could just be wearing Queen shirts anyways.
Wait, this was, like, even before you're, like, at the, like, center?
We were going out for dinner before, and I was going to tell him at dinner, like, while we were sitting down. I thought that'd be nice. But then the people walking around in the Queen tees ruined it.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
It's true. But I guess just for us, because I do think we have pretty busy lives, like the things that quote unquote date nights that matter the most to me is just like us hanging out together at home and like maybe not on a weekday. Like just
or like not on your phones and stuff. Like
exactly. Yeah.
More disconnected.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Disconnect to reconnect.
Love that.
That's also my like camping quote, but it can also be a relationship quote.
It's true. It's really true.
Okay, so what about living together?
Mm-hmm.
That whole thing.
You've done it before, and now you're currently living on your own.
Yeah.
Thoughts about it both ways?
Okay, the reason why I like living with somebody. Okay. Yes.
Tell us.
Yeah, I've lived with my ex, and I just think, I mean, I've said this before, I feel like I'm always packing a bag to go somewhere right now when I'm not living with somebody.
Yes.
And that's because like literally half the time is at my house and half the time is at his house.
Yes.
And also I don't feel like 100% at home in his home, and he doesn't feel 100% at home in my home. So it's like, it's just chaos. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think we should move in together, which some people would say is not the reason. They'd be like, move in because you love each other. But like, that's also a thing. But also, it's just stressful not living together.
Yeah, I can feel that.
And I would much rather live together. I think it'd be much more fun, much more affordable. Also, I'm buying a house. So like,
is there plans for that?
What are the plans for that? Right now, there's no official plans. I think that he wants me to ask him to move in with me, but in a nice way, not just me being like,
it's like a proposal, but a different way.
It is like a proposal, yeah. Because we've been dating for like, in November, it'll be a year. Yeah. So I'm like, if we're not moving in together and like we're old, or like, I think we'll move in together.
Oh, exciting. Stay tuned.
Yeah, that's true. He's like, I'm not moving in with you because you vlog too much.
Yeah, but you could have him not in it.
Yeah,
sure, easy enough.
I'm just kidding, but
think about how
that's a reason.
How not often Austin's in the vlogs.
That's true.
And we have a not huge house together.
I'm like, sometimes I'm like, where is Austin? This is like Becky on a Saturday, Becky on a Sunday.
Yeah, I get comments all the time on the vlogs being like, where is he? Why is he not helping you with this? And it's like, because I want to do it on my own. This is good for me.
I mean, that's true. But at a certain point, I'm like, yo, help me.
It's true, I guess.
Teamwork, baby. Unless it's like something that you're like, this is my doing, you know?
Well, if it's anything with the house, like Austin so doesn't care about that. Like not in a bad way, but like he lets me do stuff to the house, which is great for me because I need that.
Okay, wait, that's like another issue I have, but continue your statement.
Yeah, so to the point where he doesn't think that, like, obviously when I do stuff to the house, he loves it and he thinks it looks great, but he doesn't think it's like worth his time. Maybe. So if I was like, can you dedicate half a day on a Saturday to help me do stuff to the house? Like, no way.
Oh.
He would rather do it doing something else, which is fine with me because that way I get to make all the creative decisions. I don't get flack for changing things.
Okay, yeah, see, that's my issue too, is that I feel like you're in a very lucky situation.
I think so too, and I didn't realize it until recently that I'm like, wow, if I had someone that really didn't want anything changed or had a very different style from me and was like set on it, I don't know what I would do. Yeah, I mean, I think there's always ways. I don't know if like these ways are just easier. But like, for example, Austin has all his guitars and he wants them in the house.
Yeah.
And if they were just on stands all over the floor, it'd be so junky. So I'm like, no, you're going to let me hang them on the wall in like the way I want to. And I'm going to make it like artful. But maybe that just is a situation where it just kind of works better.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk about you guys living together before marriage?
Yeah. Well, speaking about living together before marriage, we didn't really live together too much before marriage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you were already engaged?
Yeah, I think we were engaged when we bought our first house together. And like, I know how it would be more of like a need for like your situation where you're like, you know, going to see each other all the time. But we, like, at the time when we got engaged, we both lived like together in the same sort of small town. Like, we were so close to each other's homes that like, and we both were living at our parents' house at that time as well.
Right.
So it's, I don't know, it wasn't like so obvious that I could just like move in with him or he could move in with me.
Right.
Like, it's not like we both had our own places like you guys do where it'd be a lot easier of a choice.
Right.
It was like, no, if we're wanting to move in together, we have to get a place. And that's another conversation about like paying for it, you know, and where is it going to be? Yeah. So we just didn't want to deal with that. So we were like, we know we're probably going to get married, and when that happens, then we'll figure out the place thing, which is a lot easier. But I can see how it could be tricky in different relationships.
Yeah. I don't think it's a big deal to move in with somebody before you get married. I actually encourage it.
I think that you should, I always tell people, like, if you're not even going to live together, like, you don't have to, but you should go on a trip together or somewhere where you spend time with somebody.
Push those comfort zones a little bit.
You are together like 24/7 for like a week straight. You share a room. That's where you get to know like the most about somebody, for sure.
Yeah.
Like their hygiene, their bathroom habits, like do they keep a messy place or not? Like all of that comes out.
And traveling can be stressful. Like when Dave and I were in Ireland, like there was arguments about me giving bad directions. He's like, you gotta tell me when there's a turn coming up, and I'm like, it's hard.
Austin and I went on a trip. I don't know where we went. We went to an island somewhere. And
what?
A
hot island? A cold island?
No, a hot island, like the Caribbean, somewhere in the Caribbean, with like friends. Back when we were still dating. And like that's probably like the first time where we had like been together solid for like a whole week.
Yeah, it's weird to think about that, eh?
It is weird.
Yeah,
because you're just like, it's easy when you know somebody's coming over to like clean up or like, you know, be presentable for like whatever 8 hours. But like being together for a whole week is really when you get to know, and I think that's so important.
Yeah,
because if you don't do any of that, and then all of a sudden you're married and you learn a lot of different things about somebody. Yeah. That's where problems can come up.
We don't want no last minute shocks.
We don't want no shocks.
Yeah. I think that's why Ireland was good. I was like, oh, we got along really well. We like navigated this place. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I may have missed some turns, but other than that, it was successful. So yeah, I would encourage like a trip sooner than later, especially if you're somebody who wants to like escalate a relationship.
Yes.
I've heard this from multiple sources that, like book a trip.
Yeah.
It might seem a little like crazy, but
it makes them think about stuff too, because you have a lot of time then like to talk about things like that, right?
Yeah.
I think there's a thing about the marriage convo, and like when you start talking about that in a relationship, or if you talk about that in a relationship.
Yeah. In my previous relationships, I honestly can't remember if we did.
Do you think it's important to eventually talk about it?
I mean, I guess if you want to get married.
I think it's important, even if you don't want to get married, to just know what someone's like page is. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because if it's not even something you want to do, and then it's something that somebody really wants to do, and you never talk about that and you're just both assuming that you're thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
And then one day it's like, okay, well, let's get engaged. And you're like, whoa, like I thought we didn't want this.
Yeah.
Then it's a bigger thing, right?
Yeah.
Even if you aren't talking about getting married, it's talking about whether that's something you want to do. Mm-hmm. I think is a good thing to talk about sort of early on.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? In my opinion.
I know. It does make sense. I just like don't even know. Still undecided.
Yeah, so if someone asks you, you don't know what the answer is.
Yeah. I can't talk about it because I don't know the answer. I think I've like, even the people I've dated recently, like, I feel like everybody's just kind of like, meh. Like, they're kind of like, I haven't really met people that are like, yes, I really want to, or no, I really don't want to. Mm-hmm. It's just always kind of like, I couldn't. Like, I kind of, it all depends on the person more so, which I think is a good way to look at it, is that, yeah, but it is something to make sure you're on the same page. Even if that page is, I don't know. Yeah. It's better than, like, yes for sure or no for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I think we can wrap it with, it's okay to not know. It's okay to not know sometimes.
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot about relationships.
It really is. So I think before we end the podcast, we'll get to some emails that you guys have sent in, which we love reading your emails. They're letters to us and thoughts and things you want to voice about previous episodes or just things you've been thinking of. And you can email these to us at podcast@thesorrygirls.com. Yeah. Do you want to read the first one?
I will. Okay. So this one's from Amber. So I'm sitting at work working and listening to the Getting a House Live episode, and Kelsey said, can anyone else see their heartbeat through their stomach? Just wanted to raise my hand and say, yes, I actually had a doctor suggest I check it out just to make sure my arteries weren't going to explode.
What?
One super expensive vein ultrasound later, it turns out I just have some really strong veins and they're not going to explode. Just felt like sharing Amber.
Wow. Amber. She figured it out for you.
Wait, that's amazing. I did not know that was a thing that you could even like get checked out.
You must have some strong veins then.
Also, your doctor, I mean, is this person from Canada? They must be, because I feel like that's not something you're like, you should probably just go get that checked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but do ultrasounds cost a lot of money in Canada? Or are they free?
Oh, yeah.
Good cue.
Right. Because like if a doctor in Canada is like, go get that checked out, I'm like, sure, whatever, because it's probably free. Yeah. But in the US, if they're like, oh, you have a weird little this, I'd just be like, do I need to check that out? Maybe it depends on your insurance package.
That's true. Okay. The next one comes from Benedetta, and they say, hi, I'm Benedetta from Padua. You've been to Italy. I haven't.
Yeah, not right. There.
A little city near Venice, Italy. I stumbled across your channel a couple of years ago because of my love for thrifting, DIYs, and home decor, and I've been watching your videos ever since. I've just listened to your old episodes of the podcast. I know I'm late to the party. Not at all. Appreciate all listeners. I've just listened to your episode about the 90s show you loved when you were teenagers. It was so fun because I watched almost all of the same shows since I was born in 93. They would arrive a couple of years later to us, too, because they first needed to be translated and then dubbed into Italian, and then they would air on the Disney Channel Italy. Ooh, fun. And only then would they air on the free channels that my family had. Now everything is way faster. Shows arrive basically at the same time all around the world because of Netflix, etc. But the waiting time in the 90s and early 2000s was real.
Whoa, that's so interesting to think about.
I do feel that. I feel that even from Canada, I feel that we would get US stuff later. But across the globe must be even longer. Anyways, I had to write you because since you said you love Lizzie McGuire back in the day, and just a couple of days ago, Disney announced that a revival is in the works for Disney+. What do you think about that? And what are your opinions about all the new revivals and remakes that so many companies are doing of the past movies and TV shows right now? Thanks again, and congrats on all your exciting projects.
Wow. Thanks for writing in. And yeah, Lizzie McGuire is exciting. That is a very easy way to make sure that I buy Disney Go.
Disney Plus maybe. Go. She said Disney Plus, but maybe it's Disney Go.
I thought it was Disney Plus too, but I thought somebody said Go. But anyways, yeah, like I'm so excited for that. Also, I just love Hilary Duff. I love her in Younger. She's just like such a sweetheart, I think.
Yeah. Although this is interesting because I feel like you've seen a lot of the new Disney reboots and I have not.
Which is weird because when I met you in film school, it was like, hi, my name's Becky and I want to work for Disney.
I know, but I think I know the reason why I haven't watched them.
Nostalgia?
It's because I love Disney so much that I'm afraid they're going to be bad and it's going to ruin it for me.
Okay, well, I know what you're saying. They might be bad, but they're never going to, like, you know what I mean? Like,
okay, maybe they won't be bad, but they won't make me feel the way that my little 90s person felt when I was watching them on the big tube TV for the first time.
I know what you mean. But you can always go back and, like, rewatch the original and just be
true.
What was that weird little live action thing I saw? I don't know.
I know it's a silly reason, and I definitely should watch them.
I think that you would, like, at least enjoy watching them, whether you enjoyed them
as much.
Yeah, whether you enjoyed them as much or like thought they were like a good piece of cinematic material. I don't know, but I think you'd be like, oh. Yeah, I saw Aladdin. I saw Lion King.
Did you see Jungle Book?
Yeah, that was a couple years. I feel like I watched that on a plane, so I was like half awake. Yeah, I mean, I mean, maybe they're not as good as the original, but guess what? You're also gonna have kids these days that are gonna be like, what is that piece of crap 2D?
Those kids need to learn.
But you know what I mean? Like, the times have changed, and like, it's a way to introduce the kids to the new like version of it.
Yeah, I understand for sure.
Like, that's actually, if you think about it, it's so weird. Like, people are going to Disneyland and they're like excited about rides and stuff that are like 90s like cartoons.
Yeah.
That is so weird. Like, I mean, I guess some things are new, like Moana and stuff like that, but still, it's weird that we're all idolizing these like super old movies. I guess when we were kids, we were watching like Snow White or Cinderella came out in the 80s. So those were like older compared, but.
Yeah, we can talk about this in another episode, but Universal is slowly taking away all the rides that I remember as a kid from all the movies, and that's making me sad to replace it with things that I haven't seen. But I guess I just need to get with the times. That's what this email has taught me. I got to go watch some new Disney movies.
Well, yeah, Becky, you're not going to Universal and riding those rides, so who's paying for this? That's why they're getting rid of them.
Feel that.
Tea. But yeah, long story short, super excited about Lizzie McGuire, and I'm sorry that you had to wait for the shows to come from North America.
Yes, but you'll get Lizzie, I'm sure, the same time that we get her, because apps. Yeah, baby.
Apps. Okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's A Little About a Lot podcast.
Make sure you are subscribed or following us on anywhere that you listen to this. And if it's on YouTube, give us a subscribe.
And we will talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye now. Bye-bye.